So, welcome everybody. This is the Paradise Group 14th annual meeting. We've had this over for, when did we start now with the meetings? I think it was about April this year. So we're going on for quite a while now. Let's get into it. So today's index is simply put suit badges, how to look at a business, assets, member segments. So basically two of our members will get introduced basically into this video here. But then also some more fun stuff at the end. Now, to start everything off, exclusive suit badges. As you guys probably know, we are going to Tokyo in 2024 December, and there we're basically getting our own rings made for the group. But something more we're getting is exclusive suit badges. So we're currently working on our own suit badge. You basically see here at the top left, you see like this little birdie. We're working on something similar to that, which all our members will get totally free just by coming with us on that trip. And you can basically put it into your suit, and whenever we, for example, in the island, maybe like networking, walking around there, all of us coming together in like this business networking meetups, we'll all have the same little suit badge here. It's a perfect conversation starter and really shows like community, you know. I think it's quite a fun thing to do. Great conversation starter as well. I think it's a good thing. Many people have that like to their like family like heritage, but we're going more for it to the Paradise Group. And we're thinking of the Paradise Group as a long-term thing. We're not thinking of it as like a 3-year thing. So if we ever go over to another generation of the Paradise Group, hopefully they can like inherit them or something like that. That would be cool. So the first segment we basically start with here is basically how you should look at a business. Now for you who already has a business, I don't think it's too relevant for you, but for you who's basically starting one, I think this is quite some good advice. Now a business is a vehicle on how you're making money. And if the business you have can't run without you, then you should probably change it. I know a lot of business owners, my friends for example, a lot of them have these businesses, and if they were to stop working tomorrow, the business would basically collapse. They wouldn't work without them, because they don't have competent enough people to basically survive without them. So if tomorrow they got sick or they got hospitalized or something, their business would stop running, and they couldn't. Everything would go to shambles. So the point of a business is not for you to be an employee. It's basically for you to basically be free. So if you have anything like work that you don't have to do yourself, that you know you can basically employ someone who's a little bit cheaper than yourself, you have to value your own time, you know. In entrepreneurship, you usually forget that your time actually has value because you're basically working for free, like you work for free and everything. But you can always outsource whatever you're doing over to someone who's get paid less, and you can basically get that time over to something you think is more important. And you shouldn't just look at the business as something you do as a working like environment. It's more of something you're building like a vehicle, and then the vehicle should be able to work without you, and you can just put it over to other people, and hopefully you can just have it at the background seat, and it could work as you like a passive income basically. That's at least how I like to basically look at the business. And some things you can do in Thailand, for example, which I think is quite cool, and how you can basically avoid taxes in some certain ways, is that in Sweden, for example, in here we basically have a certain type of system where you first get your money in a business and then you pay taxes. So you can't spend before you pay taxes. But in Thailand, it is a quite interesting system. You first earn your money, and then you'll be able to spend, and then after that you get taxed on whatever's left. And I think that's quite a good system, because if you have that, what you could do is that every time you get a big paycheck, for example, let's say you do export import and you sell a big load of whatever you want to do, like potatoes or something, and you make like 100k a month maybe. Then what you could do is take a loan with that 100k, maybe up to like 300k or something like that. And then you could put that into buying assets, like a big farm or maybe a real estate property or something like that. And then on the balance sheet, it will say you're basically going into debt because you are, in technicality, you're not making any money. But in that sense, you won't pay any taxes, but you'll get an asset portfolio that's basically expanding. And the fun thing about Thailand is that they don't have any passive income taxes. So it's basically like 3 types of taxes. It is earned income, it's portfolio income, and then it's also passive income, if I'm not mistaken, in Thailand. And portfolio income is taxed quite high, and the earned income is taxed even higher. But passive income is basically not taxed at all. It has 0% tax rates. So what I recommend you to do if you're coming with us and you have a little bit of a higher earning job at least, I recommend you buy assets with your money you make, and then you tax on nothing because you don't have anything left at the end of the month, and then you take out the passive income from your assets as your income. You know, you take it out to spend off your living expenses. That's how I would recommend you to do it. I got requested basically by some of the guys in the server to cover on how you can basically avoid some of the taxes in Thailand. And it doesn't work like this in Sweden, so I think it's quite relevant for you to dive into it. Maybe get a good accountant that can help you with it, because only dumb people basically pay taxes, in my opinion. And those two good-looking fellas here, none of them pay any taxes basically. And Robert Kiyosaki has basically the same principle that we have, but he uses it in America and on a bigger scale. Donald Trump also has it in its own sense. So it's a lot of ways you can avoid taxes, and it's quite an unnecessary expense because the biggest expense in business is basically your taxes, especially if the tax rate is quite high. Now, this segment here that we're going to talk about is something quite interesting. Two of our new members. So first we're going to start out with this good guy here called Keenan. He's going to talk a little bit about his story and everything he has been able to achieve. So Keenan, you want to take it from here?
Absolutely, brother. So we'll start off with who I am and what I do. As he already mentioned, my name is Keenan, and I'm from Pennsylvania here in the U.S. So if there's any other people from the U.S. here, then yeah, one of your people, I guess. Um, yeah, and my background, I came from, well, originally it wasn't so bad, but now an extremely poor family, right? And I have to kind of dig us all out of it. So I'm definitely one of the ones that have to come from the bottom. So yeah, and okay, but yeah, and Pennsylvania, it's not like the greatest network or anything, but we're getting it done. And I discovered the Paradise Group. So Gustav actually hit me up on Snapchat because he saw some of my interest and the things that I was posting. And he was like, I want you in my group. And I'm like, okay, cool. He explained some things to me, and that perfectly leads into the next part, which is why I wanted to join. As you all know, it is extremely difficult to find individuals that are around our age range, right? That is one, getting things done, two, has the drive, and three, overall, just has the right mindset at this age to amount to great things. So that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to be a part of it. But there's also the other reasons too, like, having fun with a group that you just align with, right? And what my future looks like is, oh, wait, I completely skipped over how I make my money. I'm sorry. But how I make my money, as of right now, I'm in sales, mainly in insurance, right? And as of today, I actually just delved into e-commerce and I just started up a store with that. So we'll see how that goes. But what my future looks like is I want to get into higher ticket sales, either along with cars or something along one of my other interests like weapons. Um, and then at that point, get into real estate and just maintain that wealth that I create, right? So, yeah. I'll give some of the new guys here some sauce. So the changes that you need to make it to the points that some of the successful guys in here are, right? So first you need to work on your frame and you need to act as the person that is already successful, right? Because even down to the little things, you're not going to make six-figure deals with, quite frankly, a bad attitude and you're just wearing sweatpants. Like, you need to embody what the successful version of you is. But to get to that successful version of you, you need to be accountable. And being accountable means you need to act on the things that you know you need to do to get to the right place every single day and every single second of every single day. And you need to question yourself and ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now going to lead to the goal that I have in mind? Which then goes to discipline. You need to act on that no matter what you feel. And discipline is something you need to have all the time because motivation will not always be there. And then down comes the mentality. You need to just treat yourself like you are the person that needs to be in these situations. And you deserve everything that you have in your mind. You just need to work towards it because you are that person. And yeah, from there, if you implement all of these things, you'll be at the top with all of us.
That's nice. Do you have anything more to say, Keenan?
Unless anyone has any questions to ask me about what I've said, then no.
I think
All
it
good
was
here.
Yeah, What type of e-commerce?
So I just got into like the how do I want to describe it? Like more of the wellness and fitness side of things and just like overall
No, I mean like
self
drop
care type
shipping,
of
or
items.
you mean drop
Yeah,
shipping?
drop shipping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you also do sales with an insurance
Yeah,
company,
I
right?
just set up a store today. What's that?
You also do sales with an insurance company, correct?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a leader in this in the industry and I have people working under me
That's
as
sweet.
well as me making my own sales.
And it's perfect because he works. He's not location bound, so he can work anywhere he wants.
Yeah, I can work from anywhere at whatever time I want.
Okay. Well, if you don't have anything more to say, I think it's time to go over to the next slide.
Hey,
For
I think
sure.
Was
that's
a good
me. I
segment,
think that.
Gene.
Let's get it.
Really great. Okay.
Thank you.
So the next member we're gonna introduce is a member who joined, I think, this week maybe.
Yeah, it
Just
was
gonna kick some
not
to
even
some
that
new
long ago,
guys.
eh?
Wait, just give me a second here. We're getting some weird people joining the server. Had a lot of
Oh.
issues with this past year. Yeah, ban him. No worries. Yeah, so one of our new members we're
Great.
gonna introduce today is basically Lux. He's basically a new member who joined quite frequently,
Hmm.
and he has a lot of big ambitions, and he's gonna share his story now. So Lux, you wanna take it away?
Thank you, Gustav. Okay, so some of you might know me as Lux, but my real name is actually Tim. And I'm 16 years old, and I'm a proud member of the Paradise Group, and quite very grateful for the opportunity to work together with you guys. Constantly connecting with like-minded people. I think that's amazing. Now, here's a little bit about me. So, I was actually born here, as you can see in this picture, in South Africa. Now, luckily, I'm never on the right side of this picture, thank God. But South Africa, it's quite diversified, meaning in some places you have beaches with mansions upon mansions, but only a couple of miles away you'll find extreme poverty. Now, I always knew that something just wasn't quite right, but only recently I started to do something about it, and I figured out that my life won't magically improve if I'm not doing anything. So currently, I'm doing advertising and marketing as a freelance copywriter. Now, although I've only started quite recently, the skills I've learned up until now are definitely going to help me along the way. Now, you might be wondering, Lux, how on earth did you even join the Paradise Group? Now, it's a very funny story actually. I was in a Discord server for courses, and a certain somebody in this call, called Smoothy, told me about the Paradise Group. And before I knew, I found myself a part of the best community ever. Knowing that you're in this together along with people who, want the same type of freedom, well, it's quite inspiring. Now, I'd like to discuss a little bit of what I see the future turning out as. I'm sure all of you know of all the amazing benefits this community has to offer, and Gustav has been working extremely hard to create a real brotherhood. And I think in less than 2 years, we'll all be sitting beside the beach just enjoying the simplicity of life. Now, by then, I want to have my own marketing agency with multiple people working for me. I can very vividly imagine myself working alongside you guys and making the best of every moment. Now, unfortunately, some of us might not have what it takes. With all honesty, it could be anyone. Anyone who is not willing to give it their all, no matter what. That brings me to my next point. You won't make it. If you are doing these three things, you simply won't make it. So stop sitting around and waiting for inspiration or motivation to just fall from the sky. This actually ties back directly to what Keenan said about discipline, because motivation is short term and true discipline is forever. Keenan also explained very well that you need to hold yourself accountable. If you failed and it was your fault, own up to it. Stop making excuses, because your life won't ever improve if you're lying to yourself about why you failed. Now, lastly, I want to discuss something that, well, I've personally a lot and often still do. Imagining your ideal life. It's a necessity to reaching the ideal life, but you can't always be dreaming. You need to stop dreaming without taking action, because if you never take action, none of those dreams will ever become a reality. Thank you so much for actually being able to introduce myself. If anybody has any questions, you can ask away.
Yo, Lux, that was a very
Do
good
you have any
intro.
like specific? I don't want to interrupt, but do you have like any specific role models?
I do. I wouldn't call him a role model, but I do believe that he has helped me. You know, in the past 2 months, I've made significant changes to my life. And I think a lot of it I can actually just owe to Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. I know that might spark a lot of controversy, but you know, I think they've just, you know, our generation of men are so, we've been so comfortable with just being stuck in this position. You know, you think, but you're entitled to success or wealth or whatever, and so few of us, you know, it's like we just want it to come to us. So yeah, I mean, they have been really inspirational for me.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah, brother, you're
Yeah.
100% correct.
I think like your core
Hey.
message.
Have you?
Yeah,
I love Andrew.
Me too.
Yeah, but I think like your core message about Andrew Tate being a good role model, I think is true, because I think he says a lot of things he says at least is truth in it. But I think when you
Yeah.
take like the extreme things where he says like about the like that it's just making it to get more views, you know. It's not really him.
Yeah, it's funny because it's actually a part of his marketing strategy, just gaining more attention.
Yeah, I'm not like this biggest fan of him, but I still respect that he changed a lot of people's lives, you know.
You gotta respect the hustle, bro. Like Andrew Tate knows what's up with
Facts,
marketing.
man, facts.
Yeah, he's like insane marketer, man. He created this whole new thing about like this affiliate. It was never this big before.
Mm.
Has anyone of you bought his courses?
I'm doing the real world course, but I got it for free, so
Yeah, I don't think anyone should buy his course, but I think if you get it for free, sure, go for it. It's free information, you know.
I mean, dude, if anybody wants like the whole real world campuses, like hit me up. I got a course.
Yeah, I got all of Imman
Yeah,
Gadget's
can you
course for
send
free
to
as
me?
well.
Sure,
So
sure.
if anyone wants like Imman Gadget's $4,000 free
Send that.
course, I can get it for you, my friend. I have them all.
Hey,
Definitely send those to me, please.
Yeah, I got you, man.
he actually has quite a lot on copywriting. I mean, e-commerce and dropshipping.
Yeah, my friend Flox in this server,
That'll help me majorly.
he has like an entire server full of like I think it's 150 courses from the biggest YouTubers. So I have it all for free
Whoa.
if anyone wants it.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, I do for sure.
Yeah, I could get in contact with the Flox if you ever wanted. So if anyone wants me to get in contact with Flox, I could do it for free for you guys. No worries.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, no worries.
Amazing.
Got it. Okay. If it's possible, yeah. I got you, yes. I'll sort it out for you. Yo, Jack, you wanna cover some things? I heard you got a new car.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I did make a pretty hefty purchase this past weekend. Got a 2016 Porsche 911 Turbo S convertible. So I'm waiting for it to get shipped, but I'm pretty hyped, pretty excited.
Bro, do you have an i8?
Yeah, I have a 2019 BMW i8 Roadster.
Oh my, okay.
That's real nice. You wanna tell them a little bit what you do, Jack?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can turn on my camera and kind of see if you guys can see me. What's up, guys? So my name's Jack from Florida in the United States. I'm 21 years old. I started when I was 16. I was reselling like Yeezys, Jordans. I was like, buying bots to get Supreme, things like that. And so I kind of got to a point where it's like, all right, I got sick of all the whole hype beast thing. And I was going to college. I was playing Division I soccer at Marshall University, and so I play goalkeeper. I've been playing goalkeeper all my life, and I'd always followed like all the big, sports accounts on Instagram, things like that. And there was never anything for goalkeepers. And so I went on Instagram, and so just so happened that at goalkeepers wasn't taken, and so I basically just started building a community around it just for fun. And then as of I think today we're at 495,000 followers. We reach about 165 countries worldwide, about 20 to 30 million people every week. And so now we're getting approached by different private equity firms wanting to buy us out for leading up to the 2026 World Cup that's taking place in the United States. So we've had like soccer.com, ProDirect, soccer marketplaces or Amazon where you go to buy soccer, like all of probably football products, basically to promote, basically buy us out and then kind of have all funnel all our audience to their markets. So so I went to college. I went to Marshall University. I got a bachelor's in entrepreneurship and international business there. And then I'm now currently at the United States Military Academy at West Point, majoring in Russian and organizational psychology. So that's kind of a little bit of background. I've always been interested in business and entrepreneurship. I've always kind of been super into social media. That's kind of been my specialty. So like, learning how to code so you can make different programs. So like we have one program we developed where, we're able to send thousands of DMs to any account's followers that we want. So we could go on Tristan Tate's Instagram and send thousands of DMs to all their followers and kind of just get new clients from that. So we've had a lot of agencies, a lot of SMMA people reach out to us, like use our service because they see that they get, they get clients from our DMs. So it's always doing a bunch of little things now, but I kind of want to touch on like what Lux said, 16 years old and he was a copywriter. That's pretty, I was not even thinking of doing that when I was 16. And now I kind of wish I did because of just how much more profitable could have been than me, reselling Jordans and Yeezys and things like that. But also like what Keenan said, like about discipline. I mean, I was growing goalkeepers. It wasn't making any money for the first 2 years. I was, on Canva editing, finding videos, posting every single day for the past 2 years, up until about 5 months ago, where I started, absolutely exploding on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat. And now, we're able to charge between $3,000 and $10,000 a post. And that's, multiple posts a week, multiple posts a month, and then, spread across multiple platforms. You can kind of see how you can kind of generate kind of reoccurring revenue. So that's kind of a little bit about me. I joined with another friend, Alec, who owns the Business Network Discord. So I'm just here kind of listening, hearing some of the people. Happy to give advice or talk to anyone who wants to, I guess, hear anything. So yeah, I appreciate it.
That's nice, Jack. So a lot of these people want to achieve the things that you've been achieving, They want to have this portraits, they want to try to grow their social platforms. If you could give them any advice, what would you tell them? Like anything.
Don't shoot for the product. So like I wasn't even focused on, the Porsche or anything. It was just like how can I make myself as efficient as possible? If I'm making, $20 a day, I mean, literally do a quick math of how long it's going to take you to make this amount of money. So start finding new ways to generate revenue, start finding out ways you can be better. If you're a salesperson, start writing down like what got you this sale versus what didn't get you this sale. Like I tried doing sales for a bit and I realized I was really bad at it. I just couldn't sell anyone. It's like I have my product and if you don't want it, then that's fine. So I'd say really focus on what you're good at rather than trying to, diversify a lot of different things. I'm at a point where I've pretty much I'm able to now because I'm not doing everything on my own. Whereas before I was, running goalkeepers completely on my own every day for the past year and a half to 2 years. And now I have a team in the Philippines that's, running for me. I have a couple guys working under me. And now I'm able to kind of diversify and get into things like real estate. Like I just bought a couple fourplexes in Florida. And so now I have like a property management company running it because obviously I'm still in school. So it's all about finding that one thing that you're really good at and then doing as much as you can to kind of, I guess, perfect yourself. So never about the products. I mean, it's cool to have a Porsche, but I know it's probably going to be worth half as much in the next 5 years.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's really just something to enjoy right now when I get to go home. But it's something I've always wanted.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions or anything you want to discuss, you can feel free to do it now. Just go.
I mean, I don't have much of a question except can I please reach out to you? Like, geez.
Yeah, totally. Like I said, I'm on Discord usually on the weekends and Friday evenings. So throughout the week, I'm usually, in classes or doing training or things like that. But yeah, I mean, sure. Any of you feel free to reach out. I'm an open book. I'm happy to see what you guys are working. If there's anything I can do to help or give some tips that I think could be going better. And then yeah, I mean, I want to see everyone else. I mean, the fact that you're in this Discord means you at least have some level of discipline, some level of care that you want to get somewhere. So, I appreciate you guys being in here.
Oh man, thank you so much. I think the advice that you've given is amazing.
Well, if anyone has any questions to him, feel free to ask it now, or we're gonna move over to the next segment. Thank you very much, Jack. It was very great that you covered that to us.
No problem.
I hope we see more from you in the future meetings. I think a lot of people will try to learn some things from you. So let's see here.
That was really inspirational, I have to say.
Yeah,
Carl, you have any question for him, or you want us to move on?
No, I don't really have any questions. I'm just gonna say, keep grinding, man. That sounds really nice. I'm really happy for you.
I really appreciate it, man. It's really attainable. I mean, it is attainable. It's just do you want to have the discipline? Do you want to have like, I'm 21. I graduated high school in 2020, and now it's 2023, and I talked to maybe one or two people from my high school. I've pretty much cut out, a lot of the people I grew up with. A lot of all of the people I'm friends with now are, basically in discords like this are, working towards achieving their goals. They're not just going to college, going to parties. They're not just waking up every day to exist. They're, waking up every day to trying to achieve something with a purpose. So that's something that I feel like is a really good start, is just surrounding yourself by that. And by being in this Discord, you're starting that.
I mean, yeah, there's 30 seats in a school bus, but only 2 in a porch.
That's a
love
good
that.
one. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
good. Well, I think that was very good that you added that. And yeah, let's move on then. So I think I might shorten down some of the slides because we've been going for quite a while now. Yeah. So the thing we're gonna ask now is basically what made you hook to the Paradise Group? It's gonna be some more discussions. I think it's quite fun to get the group talking. Jack coming in here and talking to the guys. I think it shows more a connection with everyone. We want everyone to be like good friends. We want everyone to get to know each other, to try to help each other in the biggest sense they possibly can. A lot of these guys in our servers working together, trying to achieve like better things in business. A lot of them are networkers. A lot of them are marketers, and they help other companies to try to achieve their goals. So yeah, let's get into it. So what made you hook to the Paradise Group? Was it this? Or maybe this? Or was it this? Or maybe this? So I ask you again, what made you hook to the Paradise Group, Was it the beaches? Was it the mansions we possibly could be living in 1025? Was it the community? Was it the business? Was it everyone you could talk to all the time, like the like-minded individuals? Was it the price we have? What was it that really got you hooked into the group? Like, what made you want to join? So I know what I can put on more for the newer people, which I can really like try to intrigue people with. What made you want to join the Paradise Group, and what made you stay? Carl, you want to start?
Yeah, I can absolutely start. I mean, the first thing I've noticed with the Paradise Group is, of course, the community. I mean, we haven't really been doing that much things yet, but still, I've seen a lot of people help each other out. More like trading favors for each other. And I could definitely see that expanding a lot. For an example, if someone needed help with creating a website, I've seen people help them, and then they trade with experience, or they trade them with help with some marketing, or have you seen a lot of favors being traded? And I think it's amazing to see such a great community.
Well, that's good. Thanks, bro, for this information. Oh, no worries, Alexis. I hope to talk to you more sooner here. Does anyone else want to cover some more things? Let's hear. Robin, you want to see? Or are you still out looking for that guy selling his Rolex?
Nah, I'm here. I think like I always wanted to move to another country because I don't like Sweden, and like the thing where like uh, many like-minded people can live together is a great idea for me. So like you don't have to be alone and stuff.
Yeah, I think
If
that's
you understand.
yeah, and everyone can hold each other like accountable and everything, in the houses and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So you like and like just the people also. It's a great community and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's
that's a big
basically it
part
for
of
me.
it. Like all the sure, like the superficial stuff, like the beach, like sure that's amazing. But what makes the beaches fun is being able to, go out with the people that you actually, enjoy spending time with, who motivate you to keep on pushing, like enjoying the stuff with them. I think that's the
Yeah, you got me thinking about what I usually say in this meeting is like, you can have fun with your friends in a McDonald's, or you can have fun with them in like a tent or anything. But just imagine if you have those same friends, but a little bit better, and then you're hanging out with them in a beautiful environment with sports cars in these mansions, you know. If you can have fun with them in a tent, you can have much more fun with them in a mansion. That's how I like to think of it.
Facts, man. Facts. Amen.
So Lux, you think the community is
Mm.
what basically makes you stay?
Yeah, definitely. Like, sure, like all these other things are amazing, and being able to acquire that in the future, that would be terrific. But I think what would make it so much better is if you could acquire it with the people, that have helped you to get there.
Hmm. I think that's quite good. Saif, I know you're one of the people from Asia. You know, it's not always the best like starting point for you, but you want to take anything that you think is the most important thing that the Paradise Group can help you with or anything?
Yeah, I definitely agree with like the points that was said before me, because living in a country in Pakistan, which is it's really hard to like find opportunities here with the economy and everything going down. But the main thing that most of us are hooked into the Paradise Group is like to like meet some amazing people and hopefully help them in some way, and maybe they can help us in some way, like if we do them some favors, they will return the favor. And also enjoying life, like escaping your home country and like the tension and the things you have to do. Like you can live in a island and then forget about all the like things you have to do and other things, and like spending time with people who are like-minded with you. Like that's the main point.
Yeah, I think you and I share the exact same like look of the Paradise Group, Saif. We talked a lot, so I think that's why we have such a similar way of thinking of it. Because that's exactly what I like to think
Yeah,
of it, you know.
like
Like the materialistic things and the cars and the mansion and everything, it's good and all, but what really bottles down to is if you have a good community that you like to hang out with, and you do that in a very beautiful environment, and then you come like more of the freedom aspect of it. That's what I think is the most important part. The freedom combined with a good community which you really enjoy hanging out with. Because a lot of these people right now, they're so alone, they're always hanging out by themselves. Like it's really weird that we have to sit in Discord to talk to people who have the same interest. Now I live in a city with over 300,000 people in it, and I haven't found a single person in my city who does anything remotely close to what I do. So it's quite unsettling. Like the society is really going downwards, and yeah, we have to think of it that we're not the normal. You know, the normal people are the people who work 9 to 5s, and I have no problem with people doing that because we need that to like have a functioning society. But I can't see myself doing it, and yeah, we can't really be mad at them. We have to more be happy that we have a different type of mindset, and we found each other, like find people who actually can enjoy ourselves with and really try to discuss these things that we think is interesting. And I think that's what I think is most important with the Paradise Group, in my opinion at least. Smoothie, what do you think?
For me, I would say it's the like brotherhood, because I live in Sweden and like all my friends here are extremely degenerate and they're like just going out to parties and stuff like that. They're never like going to working on their businesses and stuff like that. They're only like maybe going to the gym, but that's not enough for me. And also, Sweden is very rainy and very cold. It's not very pleasant to live here, as you probably know, Gustav.
Yeah, I know,
Um,
man.
so yeah, so I was actually like thinking of this idea, like maybe finding some friends and moving to Thailand to work remotely. And then you just like reach out to me, and I just thought that the opportunity was like amazing for me, because I always wanted to live remotely and live with other people who are extremely like working on their businesses.
Yeah, that's good. I think everyone here has a very close opinion of this, like I have it, and that's really great to hear. And I like that what Smurfy said there. You know, I don't want to live in Sweden. It's all like the weather here is so boring, and the reason why we have these meetings on Saturday, I've gotten asked that by quite a few people, and I always give the same answer because the only reason is because we want people to, instead of being out partying on a Saturday, just being out partying doing degenerate shit, we want them to be in a meeting trying to improve themselves. Now I could have placed this on a Sunday, I could have placed this on a Friday, I could have placed this on any other day, but we do it on Saturdays because we want people to be the most like trying to work towards something. You know, they want to like put something up. You know, they don't want to always be like out in the club, hanging out with their friends, doing something that's not really necessary. We want them to be home trying to work towards something, and that's why we have the meetings on Saturday. If anyone asked that before, you know, I think that's quite an important part from our side at least. And yeah, that's basically the story of why we have the meetings on Saturday. Also because of the time zones, it's really hard to get a functioning time zone when we have people from Asia, from Australia, like Lux, people from America, like Keenan and Jack, people from us, from Sweden, and also some people from Africa, like Ryan, for example, and also me. So yeah, I think that's a quite short explanation of why we have the meetings on the days we have it. Anyone who wants to add anything more, or do you think we should move on to the next section here?
Dude, I mean, I'm actually so glad that it's on Saturday nights because I love that point that you made. Because like 3 months ago, like max, I was doing straight up degenerate shit on Saturday night, like being 16, just drinking and smoking weed. That really was messing up my life. So, I mean, I think it's amazing that you're having it on a Saturday.
Yeah, and I hope to see you every Saturday now. I'm gonna reach out to you if
Cool.
I don't want to
Cool.
go out and relapse back
Hell
on that
yeah.
shit, bro. It's too much wasted potential if you do that.
Yeah, no, amen. Done with that.
Well, that's good to hear. So I think we might skip the sales part here because we've already covered so much in this meeting. And I think, what's the time right now? We've been going for over half an hour. I like to keep it at the half an hour. So thanks everyone for basically coming to this meeting, and I hope you learned something new. I really appreciate Jack coming here, sharing some of his knowledge, Keenan sharing some of his knowledge, but also Lux showing some of his aspiring things he wants to achieve in his life. And yeah, we got a big look on how everything can go in your business. Someone who's starting, someone who's intermediate, and someone who's which kind of good state for being so young. And thanks again, everyone. And I think we're gonna end the recording now here.